Hey guys, it's Aaron from ASG Motorsports here again. I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown today on Richie's nice 2009 VE R8 station wagon. We've done quite a lot of work on this car, which you guys would have seen on some of our earlier posts and Friday vids. The car's evolved from basically a standard R8 wagon with a cam package and custom mathless tune using HP Tuner's software to the weapon that it is today, street-driven E85 monster, currently making 1370 rear-wheel horsepower. So to give you a bit of a rundown on the car, we've put a custom-made or custom-built ASG Motorsports 427 cubic inch LS engine in here using the Dart Pro iron block that Richie wanted to run instead of the LSX block. So this engine houses a pair of our custom ASG 6-bolt LS cylinder heads. These are one of a kind to us, no one else does these ones. There's a few other manufacturers around doing cylinder heads, but these are a really nice thing. They flow 397 CFM, they make really good power. We have no problems with head gaskets and things like that with these heads. We run either a custom comp roller on them or a Jessel, depending on the application. But this motor's still got a small hydraulic camshaft for its daily driving purposes and low maintenance for Richie. One of the things that's really cool about this combination, we're still running a drive-by-wire throttle body, which does idle control and everything really nicely. We utilise a lot of functionality with the drive-by-wire throttle, via the haltech ECU package that we've put on the car. The other thing that's probably quite noticeably different on the vehicle at the moment is that there is no electric fuel system anymore. So in order to make the power that this engine makes, we need a fuel system that'll cater for that. We've got a very expensive option of going brushless electric pumps, which will allow you to keep the AC compressor and the air conditioning. This is a similar system to what we've got on our 2010 Camaro that I own, and it's not a bad way of doing it, but I really do prefer the way we've done it here. We've run a mechanical fuel pump, decent regulator to control all of that, and in this car, Richie's, we wanted to get rid of the stock fuel tank. So the standard fuel tank in these cars does present a problem, the way it has basically got two fuel tanks with a small bypass as it crosses over the tail shaft in the tunnel there in the back of the car. So we've removed that standard plastic fuel tank and we replaced it with a 76 litre custom made fuel cell in the back of the car that we've integrated to fit and utilise all the standard filler neck. So you can still pull up at the service station, pop the fuel flap and stick the Bowser in and fill up pump E85 all day long without having to do anything drastic. So that basically allows us to have the right amount of fuel system, along with the 16 injector setup with the Plasma Man intake to suit ASG Motorsports engine builds to cater for that sort of horsepower. So behind the engine we run a Turbo 400 transmission, reed case to handle the power. Previously the standard case we made too much power and cracked the case. And we've replaced that with a reed case now, and Neil from Precise Automatic's done a really nice build on that transmission, and naturally it has one of our custom Dominator converters to suit the turbo application. We have a two-piece Molly tail shaft upgrade with 1350 unis, V8 supercar centre bearing setup, and all the intercooler piping and stuff is all custom. We use Plasma Man intercoolers, plasma clamps on all of our clamping system here as well. Currently this engine, as you'll see in the video, runs the 88mm precision. All the dump pipes using the killer boost setup at the moment, and the dump pipe and exhaust system, and that's all fabricated here by us at ASG Motorsports. We pretty much do everything in-house. The wiring, we're utilising the standard wiring harness at the moment, and then we've integrated a haltech ECU to run with the standard body control module and all the other components of the car. We have put a haltech IC7 dash in the car. The fuel level sender from the cell that we put in the back, the 76 litre cell, is all married up to it, so we have accurate to the litre fuel level, so we know where we're going there. The other thing that we've done with this car is we have two maps in the car, so it has a map switch, so we can switch between Pump E85 and methanol for when Richie wants to go racing. Hence why we've put the push bike rack on the back of the car with the cover on it, or the parachute as we like to call it. So you can see that it's a pretty well-rounded car, and the power that this makes, like nearly 1400 horsepower at the wheels. LSA diff upgrade is something else that we did to this car for Richie. So we've gone the 9.9 inch LSA diff with the standard gears and centre in at the moment, which are holding up nicely. We've done a suspension upgrade with some BC coilovers to get it all to sit on the road properly. Done a 15-inch wheel conversion on the rear so that we can get some decent radial tyres under the back of the car for Richie. And that's a Carlisle brake suspension type kit with the arms and everything to make all that work, so we can get the 15-inch weldies on the back. But all standard front brakes and just like I said, the BC coilovers up front. So you can see from in the engine bay, the car looks, you know, uncrowded, relatively sharp and functionable. Naturally, we're going to upgrade some turbos and things like that, and maybe add a second turbo to make a little bit more power. The engine's still got plenty more in it. We're only at around 29 pounds of boost at the moment, so we're still within the safe limits. We rate this engine to 40 psi, and you know, we'll get it there with another turbo when we're not out of turbo, and we'll see how much power it can make and how well it performs. But as it sits, this is the really nice street engine package that we can provide, and you know, with all the custom haltech ECU options that we can utilise here to make it all functional and drivable. So there's plenty on board there. We've got rotary trim switches for boost control and launch control. Torque management options are there, or traction control options as well, with drive-by-wire integrated into all that torque management. So there's a lot that we can do with the system. So much more can be done with an aftermarket ECU system here to help get a car down the track or at an event to make it more functional and more practical to drive or race at whichever event you're at. So that's where we're at with this car. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been a really nice build for us. We're proud to call Richie one of our best customers. And the best part about it is that this package isn't finished. So we'll bring you more at a later date as we help Richie evolve this car into a little bit more high performance while still retaining that street ability that we love here at ASG Motorsports.